addition, the premiere of Chapter 11 also coincides with the day of Goku, because as you know the Seiun has an official day in Japan which celebrated every day May 9th, because in Japanese it is read as Goku. So it's very, very interesting that Dragon Ball Heroes took an episode just the day, although the exact time we still do not know. The official title of Chapter 11 mentions the following. The synopsis says the following. A terrifying battle. The decisive battle of the Universe 11. Vegetaria trembles with anger and transforms into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Meanwhile, finally Hatsu shows his true abilities. Who will be the winner of this intense battle in Universe 11? End of the synopsis. Apparently, in the next episode we will see Vegetaria have a very high prominence. Thing that surely will fascinate the fans of Prince Saiyan. The transformation of the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. It is an exclusive phase of Vegetaria, which initially we had only seen in the Power Tournament, when the proud Saiyan decided to raise its limits in its own way. Meanwhile, Goku's state is also a little confusing, because he has once again lost the Ultra Instinct, something that surely displeases many, but that can only mean what can turn it on in a future occasion. For now all the hopes fall on Vegetaria. It is presumed that the chapter number 11 befitted the participation in animation of the legendary Naruto Shishida. Yesterday we learned that the Shida animator would be present in an episode of Dragon Ball Heroes. Initially we thought it would be chapter 10, but since it was not, then it is most likely in chapter 11. Naruto Shishida is one of the best animators what Dragon Ball has, and has been present since the origins of Dragon Ball, going through Z, Super, and now also Heroes. He is usually given the best scenes of battles. Recently was present in the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly, in the scenes of the fight of Gogeta against Broly Full Power. A reliable user of Twitter, Geekdom101, has shared that Shida will be present in the animation of this chapter of Dragon Ball Heroes. Even from the official Twitter of Motoshi, it can be seen that he wrote something about the recent episode of Dragon Ball Heroes. On the other hand, some interesting curiosities that we managed to rescue from chapter number 10. First, regarding Goku Ultra Daishinkan Instinct, at the beginning it seemed that we would face Hatsu, which was what many of us were waiting for, but no, it only ended up facing the already peculiar Oren and Kami, that in itself, they have already had sufficient protagonism I want. Both being defeated by Goku, they chose to make a fusion between both, giving life to a powerful fusion Sulfura. This is something that I already was making known through some leaks. Many are saying, what happened to Goku? How is it possible that he lost quickly without showing all his abilities? What happened to the training given by Daishinkan-sama? Well friends, Daishinkan has taught him to use the Ultra Instinct at his own will, but it has not necessarily made him stronger. So neglect, Goku has been fighting recently using the Ultra and Dominate Instinct, the incomplete, so the real challenge will be to awaken the ultimate instinct, with which he will most certainly be able to face not only the merging of the Whispers, but also Hatsu, who was too calm. Although for some moments we could see that he was a little restless, when he saw the silver hair of the Ultra Instinct. Later chapter 10 also finally showed us the appearance of Range Sutsu, the Crystal Warrior, last member of the Hatsu team. Goku Ultra Instinct from the beginning had some difficulty in stopping the arrival of Glass. But, what does all this mean? The Range Sutsu? And because it has so much strength. And seconds later Goku, unfortunately he ended up losing the Ultra Instinct. Besides Sutsu, he managed to hurt Goku seriously. Is she the most powerful warrior? Apparently Range Sutsu would be a character inspired by the mythological figure of Jellyfish, whose gaze was capable of petrifying anyone who made direct contact with her eyes. Range Sutsu, for its part, would be able to do something similar, although instead of turning his opponent into stone, this would be transformed into a material quite similar to glass, logically to the aforementioned analogy that presents its name. In this way, there is already a potential theory that goes around in social networks, which of course has not been confirmed, is that Range Sutsu could be used by Hatsu to lock up Zeno-sama in the seed of the universe over which they would have no control, because their creation would be beyond their acts. Range Sutsu, whose origins are the Crystal Tribe, allows you to seal the seed of the universe, an element that allows you to create universes from scratch. According to Hatsu's words, it is enough to use a little of these seeds to end up with a very Zeno-sama. but for this, it requires the range Jutsu help from whom we have just seen. It gives off a power that could stop the Ultra Instinct of Goku. Vegeta decides not to fall behind and goes to the aid of Kakarota, however he is attacked by the merger. This individual also seems to have risen, but finally Vegeta gives off all his true power, and becomes the Super Saiyan Blue evolution, and it's here when we first start the good. Meanwhile, regarding Jiren, he is still busy confronting Zamasu. It is very clear that the power of Jiren is far above that of Zamasu, because he has not even taken the trouble to show all his power. However, the drawback here is that Zamasu is an immortal warrior, just as he had previously announced. So the situation of the Z warriors is complicated once again in this episode. And well folks, you would be all the latest news at the moment about Dragon Ball Heroes.